Heyo. Alright, so I just got home. Okay, not just, maybe like 15 minutes ago. How long does it take me to cook this? Yeah, like 15, 20 minutes ago. I just got home from working and going to the gym because we're trying to be better because we got a wedding and then another wedding and then our own wedding. Trying to be better. It's 2020. Went to the gym this morning. After I got off of work, that fork is too heavy. And I don't know, it was just like a good workout. Like, okay, I like this fork. This one's too big and heavy. This one is just right. See, look at the I'm not couth enough to have salad forks and not salad forks. I got one little fork. And I like it. I like my one little fork. So, who am I? Ha! Ha! My name's Brittany, and I still don't know not to eat my food before it's too hot. I should probably do this in horizontal mode, but I'm new to this whole thing. Why'd that chicken taste like turkey? I think because I overcooked it. It's a little bit rubbery. I cooked it first, and then I added in the zucchini. But I like my zucchini really, really cooked. Like I want like limp. You see this? That's a limp zucchini. That's what I like. Oh, it's very hot. So, who am I? What am I doing? Good questions. My name is Brittany. I am 25 years old. I currently live with my fiance, whose name is Jared, and our cat, Percy. And this is just kind of the days, the ins and out. I don't know. I feel like I have these like rants I like to go on, and none of my friends care, and Jared's heard them all a million times, and I think I'm funny. So we'll see if anybody else does or gives a shit. So I was talking about the gym. I was talking about food. And though it's fairly obvious that I could stand to lose a few lbs, I don't really care. I've been about the same size since I was about 14. Plus or minus maybe 30 pounds. And that used to really bother me, you know? Like when I was younger. I was very insecure. A lot of it had to do with the fact that I'm an Amazon. I'm just shy of 6 feet tall. And now at 25, that's whatever, you know, confident in myself. At 12, 13, it's a bit rougher. And then on top of that, I, you know, always was a bit heavier. So God, I just remember constantly dieting as a teenager. And you know, my mom had great intentions, but she was always wanting me to be on some kind of program. Weight Watchers, we tried. Jenny Craig, we tried. Keto before it was keto. What else? Nutrisystem. We tried all of that. And surprise, surprise, it never really worked. Because she has a bad sweet tooth and I have a bad sweet tooth. And we just weren't really doing the healthy habits. It wasn't long term. And it was always associated with shame and trying to change yourself and trying to become this other version of me. And I had never met that person. I never knew a version of me that wasn't bigger and taller and louder and extra. And it was like if somehow we could physically shrink my body, I might be able to shrink down to fit with it. And then maybe I'd date more. Maybe I would, not be so awkward. Maybe I would have other friends and blah, blah, blah. All these associations. And that's not to say that I didn't have friends in high school. I did. But, it was a thing. So it was like, hey, maybe it's just all of this. If we can fix all of this, maybe then we can fix this. It didn't work that way. So instead, I spent a very long time in my life being very ashamed of how I looked, being hyper aware of how I looked, and having just this terrible relationship with my body. And I look back at pictures of me when I was, 15 now, and God, I wish I could be in shape like that again. I was doing dance. I was doing volleyball. I was doing musicals where I had to dance and sing. I was doing track where I was doing strength training and sprinting. And I didn't compete in sprinting, but I had to do it because the coaches made me. But I was doing all of these things and using my youth and my body, and it was great. And I hated myself through every moment of it. So, grew up. Moved away to college. Still kind of hated myself. Was real depressed. That was fun. Hey there, my freshman year roommate who found me curled up underneath my desk in this sobbing ball of despair a couple times. That was fun. And I stopped thinking about my body. Just stopped thinking about it. I had other things to worry about. I had things to worry about, like having the energy to go to class, and then passing that class, and then, having the extra energy to do things with my fraternity and to do this and do that. So I stopped thinking about it. And I went to the gym every now and then because there was one readily available on campus. Membership was free. And, I had friends to go with. But other than that, I ate what I wanted. Exercised where I wanted. And didn't really consider it. Didn't really think about my body. And my weight fluctuated a little bit. Oh, God. You're gonna kill me eating healthy. Ooh. I seriously just choked on a piece of chicken. I tried to breathe it right down my esophagus. But throughout college, I stayed pretty consistent. And then I just stopped checking. I stopped caring. Because you know what I did? I felt fucking fantastic. I was hot. I was sexy. If anybody wanted to touch me naked, that was a privilege. And I, if I wanted them to, let them do it. I never had considered myself like to be hot, to be whatever, until I did. And then all the like self-love that I've been seeing, you know, over time or whatever, I finally got it. I understood. I was like, oh, you're right. Like, you can be like absolutely in love with yourself and not change anything. Like, it's up to your attitude, it's up to your perspective. I taught myself to, I went to some therapy. And along with myself, taught me some coping mechanisms about just stopping the negative cycle of self-talk within my own brain. I stopped thinking of myself in negative terms, and suddenly I could think of myself in positive terms. And I felt better. And, you know, when I stopped calling myself a piece of shit every day, I stopped feeling like a piece of shit every day. Asterisk. I was still depressed. But, yeah, that's the thing. But it was great to see how every time I caught myself just being really mean to myself, I would stop. I would stop in its tracks and go, I wouldn't talk to my best friend that way. I wouldn't call my best friend a piece of shit. I wouldn't degrade the way that they look. You know, I would never do that. So why would I do that to myself? Like, I gotta be my own best friend first. So I started talking to me the way that I talk to others. And like, if you've ever met me, man, I love giving me some compliments. I love seeing people's faces light up when like they can tell that you're just like genuinely like connecting with them and wanting them to like feel good and like giving them like a moment in the spotlight. Whew. Just last night, my coworker walked in. She's wearing this cute ass jacket that her boo bought her. And apparently he's like loaded, so that's fun news. And it's just like hugging her curves, and it's cut in the right place down at her thigh. And she looks fucking hot. She looks hot. And I see her walking past, and I'm like, girl, look at that jacket. Look at you. This is fantastic. It's just working. You're warm. You're fashionable. You are making healthcare look great. And she lit up, and it's great. And you know, we had a moment and we moved on. I would never have talked to myself like that 6 or 7 years ago. But here I am. Do I look hot right now? No. Do I care? Also no. Because you know what I am? I am tired and sore. I'm not going to be able to lift things tomorrow. It's great. So anyway, I guess that this was like a intro about, I have several weddings to go to. I don't feel that great in my body physically. And I acknowledge that, and I acknowledge that that doesn't change my worth as a person. But I would like to feel great in my beautiful vessel as the time comes along, as I'm a bridesmaid coming up, as I am a bride coming up. And so, I'm consciously eating a little bit better. I came home from the gym and I'm eating chicken and zucchini. I'm drinking a LaCroix. Also, LaCroix sucks, don't worry. Like, it's like fruit whispered at a bottle of sparkling water and then it ran away. But the key lime one, some good shit. It tastes just like Sprite's younger cousin. Sprite's younger cousin who like wasn't allowed to play in all the sugar. So I like that one, but yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna like track weight loss. I've like weighed myself a couple of times, but I really don't like it. It's kind of bad for my mental health to keep too close of track of it. It's bad for my mental health to keep too close of track of my calories. I'm just trying to consciously like eat better, you know, like don't eat junk food, so I'm not buying any junk food. That kind of thing, you know? So maybe we'll talk about it again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll talk about just the wedding industry, because I'm deep in that right now. And it is interesting. Also, like, can y'all stop shaming people for wanting to have a wedding? My coworkers gave me a freaking... They gave me a rigmarole last night. About like, spend that money on a house. Spend that money to blah, blah. Spend that money to blah. And I'm like, we're not ready to buy a house. I don't want to buy a house right now because we're planning on moving whenever I get into school. So I don't want to buy a house and have to move somewhere for school or not be able to move somewhere for school. Number one, full stop. And number two, I gave myself 1.5 years to plan a wedding. That's plenty of time. It's plenty of time. It's plenty of time to do it and not have to spend a fortune. And I want a wedding. Like, I don't want to elope. I don't want to run off to Vegas. I don't want a destination wedding where like 4 people come. I want like a big old party. And they're like, well, you're just like paying for the guests. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm paying for my guests to have a great time at this big party in celebration of me and my boo, who I love very much. You know, see me walk down the aisle with my dad as he bawls because he's a crier. I want it. I want those moments. See my little nieces walk down as the flower girls and my little nephew on my fiance's side be a little ring bearer. I want it, you know? So maybe shut up about it. I don't know. Anyway, that's a conversation for another time. I finished my breakfast. I finished my LaCroix. And then I'm gonna go to bed because I work again tonight. And hopefully tonight is another night like last night, by which I mean mellow. We usually don't get 2 of those in a row in the ER though, so I'm not that hopeful, but it is what it is, you know. You win some, you lose some. And yeah, that is about cardiac arrest. Okay. That was a bad joke. Oh, alright. Well, you win some, you lose some. You make inappropriate jokes. You go to bed. Okay. Bye.